How's it going, everyone? Plant-Based Andy here, and today we are going to be making a plant-based, vegan, southern-style collard greens. Now, for those of you that don't know, traditional collard greens use some kind of beef broth or
even sometimes bacon pieces, and we're not going in that direction. Today we are just going to do complete vegan collard greens, and most of my recipes I'm going to try to keep whole food plant-based.
To make this recipe, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, half an onion, clove of garlic, 3 cups of vegetable broth, and obviously last you are going to need collard greens. Obviously I recommend organic, but if you can't afford organic, then non-organic's fine. First, we have to chop up and combine all the ingredients. So you could start exactly wherever you want. I'm going to start by throwing the 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper into my little bowl. Next, I'm going to cut up my onion, chop it, and mince it really good. You could use a food processor for this if you want also. However, I'm just going to chop it. I like a little bit more chunky, so I'm just going to chop it. Now, after struggling and crying from cutting the onions, you're going to cut up your 1 clove of garlic and mince it. Again, you could use a food processor for this if you want to. Now that you have your crushed red pepper, half an onion, and clove of garlic all combined, you can set that aside. Now, after finishing that, you're going to cut up the collard greens. Now, for this first part of combining and cooking the ingredients, you're going to want to take that extra vegetable broth that you have left over and just pour a little bit there on the bottom until it covers about the whole bottom. Now, after you put the vegetable broth in, you're going to put those onions you worked so hard to cut and cried so much for and throw them right into the pot along with the vegetable broth. After that, you are going to want to set the burner right onto low for now.
Put it on low, about 2 low, in between there, anything like that is good. And what you are going to do is you are just going to obviously mix it up a little bit, let it all get around.
And you are going to let that sit for about 2, 3, 4 minutes and let it simmer a little bit and cook up.
Now, while the onions, garlic, and vegetable broth, crushed red pepper are all simmering and cooking in this,
You are going to rinse off your collard greens. Now, once everything is simmering and starting to cook up, you're going to start tossing in your collard greens. Once your collard greens are in there, you're going to mix everything up, make sure all the onions and garlic gets all around, and you're going to let it sit like this and let it cook for 2 minutes. And now that we have let the collard greens sit for 2 minutes, we are going to add our 3 cups of vegetable broth. And now you just want to push them all down, make sure they all get in there and they all get soaked. And you are going to bring this pot right here to a simmer. Now, after you have brought the collard greens to simmer, you're going to cover it and let it sit there and cook for 40 minutes. After your collard greens are cooked for 40 minutes, put them in a bowl. They should look like this. It should be a darker green. And you could season it, salt, pepper, anything you want, a Cajun seasoning, and you just eat it and enjoy.